Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad to have you here. AI has already changed how software is built, and it continues to reshape the craft of software development. Developers now work with AI across the entire software development lifecycle. They're not just writing code anymore, they're orchestrating AI to design, build, test, and ship great software. As a result, the way you think about hiring and upskilling has to evolve. You need to attract the right talent, and your hiring process has to keep up. Your existing teams need to become next-gen developers too. That means learning new skills, applying fundamentals in modern ways, and using AI to learn in a whole new way that's fun and engaging. Here's how we think about this evolution. Content and experiences that reflect how next-gen developers work, including how developers use AI. This powers both hiring and upskilling. A fair, trusted evaluation process that gives you confidence in every decision. It also recognizes what integrity means in a world where hiring processes can look very different, from no AI to guarded AI to unguarded AI. And lastly, using AI thoughtfully to make our products more powerful and to make your teams far more productive. That's the spirit behind today's release. It's practical, thoughtful, and always focused on helping you hire and grow developers with confidence. So let's dive in.
Let's start by looking at how this release helps you hire next-gen developers. The next-gen developer is someone who's strong in fundamentals and knows how to work with AI. They can solve problems on their own, but they can also bring AI into their workflow to build, test, and ship great software. Hiring these developers means evaluating a broader range of skills. It's not just about if their code runs, it's about how they approach problems, how they use modern tools, and how they think critically when working with AI. And that's why we've updated our certified assessments out of the box for some of our most popular roles. These are now built for the next-gen developer. We've also added more code repository content, tasks that evaluate candidates in real-world scenarios like building new features, fixing bugs, and reviewing code inside full applications. It gives you a clearer picture of job readiness and makes the assessment experience more realistic for candidates. A big part of this shift is giving candidates the ability to use AI in the IDE just like they would on the job, and that's why we've continued to invest in the AI-assisted IDE. We've added new models, improved the speed of the assistant, and made the whole candidate experience smoother. Auto-completions and AI-applied edits are twice as fast, and candidates can try the guarded assistant in a sample test before they take the real one. This helps them get comfortable and stay in the flow during assessments. And while this is super important, it's not enough to just add an AI assistant. We need to tell the difference between someone who's vibe coding with AI and someone who can engineer production-grade software. That's where advanced evaluation comes in. We've introduced richer evaluation signals that go beyond code correctness. Advanced evaluation adds more dimensions to the score so you can assess quality, judgment, and problem solving at scale. Reports have also been revamped to bring scores, integrity insights, and performance summaries together in one place. And one more thing, we've also added the ability to benchmark how candidates perform compared to their peers. Another major highlight is code review questions. As AI starts writing more code for a developer, reviewing that code becomes just as important as writing it. With this release, you can now assess code review skills reliably at scale, powered by auto-scoring. This gives you strong signals for hiring high-volume candidates who can work effectively with AI. Now let's shift from hiring to upskilling. Once the developers join your team, how do you help them grow into next-gen developers? With SkillUp, we're expanding our Gen AI proficiencies and introducing an AI engineer role. Developers can deepen their skills in areas like prompt engineering, agent building, and retrieval-augmented generation. They can also earn a structured, verifiable certification that reflects what it takes to be an AI engineer today. Today, these updates give you a better way to identify next-gen developers and help your teams become next-gen developers themselves. Anand, back to you.
We've just walked through how we're evolving hiring and upskilling for the next generation of developers. I want to pause for a moment. Think of this as our halftime break. I'm bringing in Vivek, our CEO, for a really quick conversation. Hey, Vivek. Very excited to have you here. Vivek, we've talked a lot about how AI is changing software development. From your perspective, What does this really mean for our customers and for HackerRank?
Yeah, I think generally in our releases, in keynotes and talk, we talk a lot about what is changing, and absolutely AI has changed the role of a software developer to be more and more of an orchestrator of an AI agent. But I want to actually talk about what is not changing for our customers. When Hari and I started the company over a decade ago, we started with the core ethos of changing the world to value skills over pedigree. And what was true a decade ago is still true right now. Our core ethos is the same. Our core ethos hasn't changed to value skills over pedigree, but what has changed is what are those skills. And that's why all the things that we are building to help our companies attract, hire, and upskill the next gen developers are all changing, but it's still based on the core ethos of valuing skills over pedigree. So very, very excited for all of the things that we are rolling out and what is going to come in the second half. Yeah.
Um, Vivek, customers tell us that they love these features. But we know that adopting AI as a technology at scale comes with several challenges for customers. They need approvals, change management, governance, all so that they can keep their organization safe. How are we making it easy for customers to adopt our AI features?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, AI is an interesting technology. I feel like it has this duality of emotion of invoking both excitement and scary. Um, if you think about like anytime you use AI, you always marvel at wow, how is it able to generate this image or this video or write code? And then right after it gets done, you just start to worry about, what does it need for my job? Should I even be using AI here? And how do I make sure that it's used properly? So AI is certainly a very interesting technology. But the reality is we got to embrace AI. This is inevitable. And all of our jobs are going to change, not just for developers. But the way that we think about using AI in our products is not because it's a cultural zeitgeist moment that like everybody's talking about AI. So let's just like put AI in our product. We generally want to make it useful and valuable to our customers. So anytime we think about like infusing AI in our product, you always ask, how is it actually solving our customer problem? How is it actually making our customer's life better? That's how we think about AI, and we ground the usage of AI on four principles. The first one is we don't use any of our customer data to train any of our models, period. The second is whenever we use AI for a particular feature, whether it's for plagiarism or evaluating a candidate, getting a score, we always ensure that there is a human in the loop, which means that there is no automated evaluation or automated rejection. Third is when AI gives a particular signal, we also make sure that we help our customers understand why AI is giving this particular signal. In other words, it's known as interpretability. We push our boundaries as much as possible in making the AI generated signals as interpretable as we can. And finally, any of the AI features that you see has gone through rigorous bias audits to ensure that it's not biased towards a particular race or ethnicity or gender. You can see all of this in hackerrank.com/AI. And I know a lot of you watching here are very excited to see like, hey, how can I use this AI in my company? How can I use all of these features? I need to convince my legal team. I need to convince my ethics committee. Well, first off, you can call us. We're happy to come and present. And or you can also send hackerrank.com/AI, which talks about our principles and how we govern ourselves whenever we think about infusing AI in our product. So very, very excited to see the impact this can make on all of our customer lives.
Love that. Thank you so much, Vivek. That perspective really puts into context the moment that we are in.
Thank you and have a great second half.
Here's the thing, no matter how advanced our tools become, they only matter if you can trust the results. When we talk about integrity, we mean something simple. The candidate follows the rules, the candidate is who they claim to be, and every candidate is evaluated on a fair and level playing field. At our scale, with millions of candidates, We see all kinds of attempts to game the system. Some candidates access leaked questions. Some use unauthorized tools or get outside help during assessments. And some candidates even try to get someone else to impersonate them. These are real signals that we track and combat every single day. This is why we've built a layered integrity stack that's designed to prevent, detect, and give you clear evidence when something goes wrong. To walk you through the updates that we're launching this release, let me hand it over to Sebastian.
Hi, I'm Sebastian, VP of Engineering here at HackerRank. Our integrity stack has several layers, all designed to give you maximum protection and control. We've now made it easier than ever before to configure the right level of security for each role. You can now choose between different modes in a clean, unified settings interface. Whether you want to enable secure mode with full screen lock and copy-paste restriction, or Proctor Mode for higher stakes assessments, it's all in one place. Let's talk about Proctor Mode, one of our most powerful integrity solutions, inspired by real human proctoring. Proctor Mode does two critical things. First, it actively monitors for suspicious behavior during assessments. Second, it captures everything in a full session replay, giving you complete visibility into what happened during the test. Since launching in July, we have assessed over 50,000 candidates in just a few weeks with Proctor Mode enabled. Our customers tell us it's restored their confidence in fair hiring. And we've just made it even better. Proctor Mode now supports additional question types, including code repos, which is quickly becoming the gold standard for evaluating real-world skills. We've also streamlined the review process. You'll see enhanced reports and vastly superior session replays that load instantly. We flag any suspicious moment right in the timeline so you know exactly what to look for and can make confident decisions faster. Now for something game-changing. Recently, we've seen a rise in installable tools that claim to be invisible by bypassing browser-based detection. These tools threaten the integrity of every assessment. We found just the way to solve this. I'm excited to introduce the new HackerRank app. We deeply care about providing every developer an insanely great developer experience on our platform. We heard from candidates how traditional secure browser-based solutions feel clunky and frustrating, leading to more drop-offs early in the assessment process. We knew we could do better, so we designed and built an entirely new application from the ground up with two goals in mind. First, maximum confidence. You'll know with certainty that the work you're evaluating is the candidate's own. Second, we wanted to continue providing the exceptional candidate experience we're known for. Here's how it works. Candidates download this lightweight application right before their test begins. Once launched, it creates a secure testing environment, locking down the screen, closing and preventing unauthorized applications, and maintaining continuous monitoring throughout the session. For candidates, it's refreshingly simple. The app guides them through saving and closing applications. They can then focus entirely on demonstrating their skills, knowing the playing field is leveled for everyone. This could not have come at a better time. Today's assessments involve real-world projects, complex code repositories, and AI assistance. The stakes are higher, and the potential for outside help has never been greater. The HackerRank app eliminates those risks. Picture the security of a professional certification exam built right and seamlessly into your hiring process. Together, Proctor Mode and HackerRank app give you complete control. Choose the right level of security for each role Whether evaluating junior developers or hiring senior architects, we're not just protecting test integrity. We're protecting the future of fair skills-based hiring.
You've just seen how our integrity stack is evolving to keep pace with next-gen hiring. With Proctor Mode's expanded coverage and the new HackerRank app for high-stakes tests, you can trust that every candidate is being measured on a fair playing field. We've talked about how we can help you hire next-gen developers, upskill your teams into becoming next-gen developers, and how we can keep your hiring process secure. Let's talk about how we're evolving our products to make you and your teams more productive.
Let's look at some of the ways we're making your day-to-day workflows smarter and more productive. First, invite templates are now available at the test level. You can save your invitation email once and reuse it in the test whenever you need. No more copying and pasting the same email over and over. For teams using an ATS, these templates also work through API calls. It's a small change, but it saves a lot of time and keeps your communication consistent. Next, let's talk about interviews. You can create coding or whiteboard scratchpad questions during an interview and then save them to a personal or team library. No more searching through old docs or digging through files. Everything you need is right inside the platform and easy to integrate with your day-to-day workflows. Scorecard Assist now supports whiteboard questions in live interviews. Until now, it helped interviewers capture structured feedback automatically for coding questions. With this release, it also auto-generates a summary for whiteboard sessions, organized in a clear scorecard. This makes it easier to compare candidates and make faster, more confident decisions. These updates remove friction from everyday workflows, so your teams can spend less time on logistics and more time on finding, hiring, and upskilling great developers.
Today, you've seen how we're evolving HackerRank to meet this very critical market moment. Stronger content, a better candidate experience, richer evaluation, smarter interviews, deeper integrity, and new ways to help developers keep growing. Through all of it, our goal is simple: to give you the clarity and confidence to hire and upskill the next-gen developer. On behalf of everyone at HackerRank, thank you for joining us. We're excited to see how these updates will help your teams build the future.